How you doing? This is Craig with Marketing Sharks Media, and this is a video kind of going over the living reports that we provide for our clients. It's kind of different. We don't just show rankings, and we don't believe in just showing rankings and kind of pigeonholing us into that corner anymore. We want to show a lot more data, and this is kind of how to decode the data that we provide in the report. So I'm just going to go over what everything is and kind of how it pertains to the SEO campaign. So first thing we're going to go over is queries. Queries is basically what a user enters into the web search engine to satisfy his or her information needs. In other words, it's what Google uses to call something we normally refer to as keywords, right? And there's a link in there to provide you more information, but I'm just going to go over what it really is. If you want to read more up on it, the links are right there. Next thing we're going to go into is impressions. Impressions is basically the amount of times that an advertisement has been shown through Google AdWords or any other forms of PPC advertising, or in our case, a web page has been listed on a search or search engine results page. So in other words, how many times your website appears in the search results when something is typed into those search results, how many times your website appears as a result for that particular query. So obviously we want to increase impressions, right? We want to have your website come up for as many queries as possible. So average position, this is pretty self-explanatory, but I want to show you how they kind of calculate it because it is a little bit different and it's something to be aware of. So the average position of the topmost result from your site. So for example, if your site has 3 results at positions 2, 4, and 6, the position is reported as 2. If a second query returned results at positions 3, 5, and 9, your average position would be 2 plus 3 divided by 2, so 2.5. If a row of data has no impressions, the position will be shown as a dash because the position doesn't exist. So you know how Google's results kind of vary, within each search, right? It's usually never the same. A lot of times, especially when you get higher in the search engines, especially on page 1, there's a lot of maneuvering taking place. So it can go from 2 to 4 to 6 to 9, hopefully not 9, back to 1, but this is the average position for the certain time period that particular query was in. Next, we'll go over sessions. So I just did a kind of an image here that kind of shows what a session is. So a session is a group of user interactions with your website that take place within a given time frame. For example, a single session can contain multiple page views, events, social interactions, and e-commerce transactions. So you can think of a session as the container for the actions a user takes on your site. So basically, a session counts as one time a person comes to the site, right? Whatever they do on that site, it's their session. Usually it's time-based, so usually after 30 minutes of inactivity, it's going to go to another session if they come back. So that's what a session is. It's how many times, like the times people come to your site. Whereas usually people think of hits as sessions, right? But it's very important to understand that sessions are the thing that how many times people come to your site. So a hit is an interaction that results in a data being sent to analytics. Common hit types include page tracking hits, event tracking hits, and e-commerce hits. Each time the tracking code is triggered by a user's behavior, for example, user loads a page on a website or a screen on a mobile app, analytics records that activity. Each interaction is packaged into a hit and sent to Google servers. Examples of hits are page tracking hits, event tracking hits, e-commerce tracking hits, and social interaction hits. So that is kind of what we use in our reporting. So I kind of wanted to show you the difference between hits and sessions. You're obviously going to have more hits than sessions. Multiple hits within a session, right? Sessions kind of the thing where the hits take place. Also wanted to talk about queries and impressions because that's really where we gauge how things are going with our campaigns. We want to increase the queries, so increase the amount of keywords that we're coming up for, that we're getting impressions for and getting traffic for. So the impressions are how many times the website comes up in search results. So if we increase the queries and increase the impressions, obviously traffic will increase, and we'll be good to go there. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it kind of shed some light on the decoding the data that we provide in the living reports. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you. Take care. Bye.